Yo, 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 can you guys hear me? Test 1 2 3 1 2 3. All right, so we are live. All right, nice, cool. Now that we're live, how did you guys trade today? Just checking in with everyone here, not just, in the course. I know majority of the course members here today ended green, which is what I like to see. So good to see that majority of our course members and private mentorship students, we ended green today. You should have been green today. I think a lot of people overcomplicate trading too much, It's trading really, let's see, hold on, this might sound good enough. All right, let me get the live. Oh, wrong thing. Hold on. There it is. All right, nice. Cool, we got everything here. Yeah, sorry, I had to get the webcam on in a bit. It took me a while here. I just had to get stuff configured, but we are live. I wish there's a way to... My cam can't zoom in anymore. All right, that's the most we can zoom in here. But yeah, how'd you guys trade today? Today was a really good day for me. Really good day. Good sleep, good trading, good everything today. Majority of our course members and mentorship students ended green today. I sent out a poll to the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you would have saw from the Discord poll that most of us ended green today. We have 9 people that ended green, 2 red, and 1 break even. So overall, great day for everyone today. All right. So, if you ended green or red today, send your trades over. We can review them. If you don't want me to show your trades on the stream, just let me know, and I can just tell you straight up, what's good, what's bad about your trades. But, yeah, overall, what's up? Luis, what's up, Sebastian? Long time no see, Sebastian. I haven't seen you in here in a bit. We got 30 minutes. We're not even 30 minutes of market closure, but if you guys want to see what the trades taken today were, there were these. Okay, 3 back-to-back winners on ES. And then on gold, it was 2 winners and 2 losers. And later, it went towards my draw on liquidity, which was the week high here. That was my draw today, but unfortunately, price was just taking too long. I was already in this trade for 2 hours, so I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to TP at the PY right above inducement here. And, no, I did not take a short here because this is lower probability. Now, if you took a short here, you just scalp, right? I can see my entry model here that I teach you guys in the course, and this is a TP right here if you just scalp this short here. But aside from that, again, you can scalp here, you can make money here, going counter trend, but overall, my draw was higher, right? It was higher. And I talked about this literally 2 days ago about my draw and why I think this 1 hour supply will cause reaction, but ultimately we will still go up, right? So 2 losses today. One of them could have been avoided. I took a low probability entry model, and that's what you just got to accept that, right? What's up, Bill? I remember you from last stream yesterday, Bill, when we sat in here for 4 hours, man. That was insane, bro. Hold on, let me try to get my chat on here. I'm never doing that. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm never streaming Asia session. I'm never live trading Asia session ever again. It was awful. Blowing on candles doesn't work. Nothing works. All right, let me see if I can get the. Dude, I look like a gaming channel with this overlay, but let me see if I can get the chat on here for you guys. Where is it? Oh, I'm stupid. Hold on. There we go. You guys see their chat? I do kind of need a... What's up, Stampede? Nice, man. Stampede got 14R on Monday and Tuesday. Let's go, man. Are you in the course? You just been watching my YouTube videos for free? That's good. 14 wrist reward. It's good to hear. 14 wrist reward is good. I'll tell you guys how much wrist reward I'm up here just in a second. Let me fix this chat real quick here before I do so. What? Alright, I'm at the refresher. Yeah, I'm at the refresh here. Okay. Now let me move the chat to the side a bit more. No, I want to move here. Nope. Give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna read the chat in just 1 second. Does this look good? And I'll put the chat behind everything, so it's not blocking anything, even though that part doesn't really matter. But I'm sponsored. If you guys want to get FX Replay with my coupon codes at JTrades, if you want a back test, go ahead. Okay. Let's see. What else did you guys say today? Oh, there it is. There's a chat. All right, cool. Now that you guys need to chat on the stream, that should be cool now. Oh, it got cut off a bit. I'm a perfectionist, y'all. I gotta get this perfect, like to the tick. Okay, cool. Someone mentioned about the trade we took yesterday, so let me read that real quick. Yeah, dude. The trade last night, Bill said the trade last night when you signed out went your way, like you said. But yes, but after we left it, it went your way. Yeah, dude, I literally saw it. One of Prime Mentorship students, Tyler, he pinged me in the Discord, and I went back and checked ES, and dude, it literally hit our TP. Like I was telling you guys, it was gonna go for the highs, and it actually went for the highs. But dude, yeah, no, I basically hit kind of break even, a little bit in profit, basically break even on my accounts on that trade. My original stop loss I told you guys to put it at actually would have held. So like where I put it, my original stop loss when I entered a trade, if you check the chart right now, it literally held to the tick. So you would have actually been able to cash that entire trade if you held the whole way. But me personally, of course, you know, I was done, man. I was just sick and tired of 80 session there, taking forever. It was here. So if you guys don't remember the entry I called out on stream live, it was this. right? Literally, I told you guys we're going for the highs, and my TP was a PY right above, and I said you can also TP at the highs if you like, right? And look what happened. The original entry, you would have caught 3 Sword with me on live stream, but we sat through 4 hours of consolidation in 80 session just for it to hit my break even, where I got in a little bit of profit, but to me it's like 2 less. Doesn't really count. I count it more like a break even trade, to be honest. That'll probably cover me some commissions and stuff, but that's about it. So yeah, it literally held to the tick, to stop loss. Again, I told you guys put 1 tick below. You never got stopped out. There was no way for me to re-enter the long that we got stopped out break even on the stream at, right? Because dude, well, there is an entry model with my entry model here, but I wasn't here at this time to re-enter here, so it's very unfortunate because this is a banger trade. We basically caught the expansion yesterday with y'all on the stream, right? So yeah, that was the trade. For those who are wondering what happened on stream yesterday when we traded in 80 session, it would have been a TP, man. It would have been a TP. But later, I was able to cash this continuation with my stop hunter internal continuation model, right? So we still had this high that didn't get hit yet, and so I basically took internal continuation using my entry model teaching a course. You guys should get that right now. It's on sale right now, $200 off with the code July 4th. And you know, I took a 2 risk reward here, and then after that, I took a counter trend here. I wrote some notes on my trade here, but took a counter trend set up here with my entry models for 3 risk reward, and then I took a 4 risk reward long continuation here. So I basically made up a lot more from that break-even trade. Now, what's so dumb, guys, is like how you see how like all this consolidation here in the 80 session, and then all of a sudden after the kill zone, after we finally finish all this consolidation, we get the massive expansion, and that's when we get nice volatility in 80 session, right? Like, this is crazy. Like, these trades hit TP very fast, and it was in 80 session. This was after I hopped off stream. But this makes sense, because if you go to the 5 or 15 minute guys here, this is all consolidation, and whenever I tell you guys, when market consolidates like this, we're expecting a big move, and that's literally what we had, right? So if I mark this is all your consolidation. This is your consolidation period. You can call this manipulation. This is your expansion. So literally, you know, that's what happened here in the markets, man. Nothing crazy here. There's nothing complicated, nothing complex. It's very simple. And it took 3 back-to-back bangers after stream ended. And then later on, I stopped trading here. You know, I was about to go to sleep. So ended my stream, or ended my trades there. And then we came back and caught bangers today on New York session on ES, right? So I know some of you guys in the course and mentorship, you guys took, I know you guys sent me the trades and DMs. You guys took the longs down here, which is awesome. So for those that took the longs down here, I know one of the private mentorship students, he caught this long from AutoBet down here and wrote it up. But essentially, the best entry here is here. Now, why did I not take this initial trade here? Well, usually I like to take trades after open. So New York session open is 9:30 a.m. EST. So I kind of like to wait for that. But also, I'm not awake at this time. So I missed this initial long. But then I took my internal continuation OB entry model here for 2 risk reward here. Now, yes, I could have targeted the high. Why did I not? Well, because I didn't have enough time to analyze my chart on the higher time frame, right? This was a trade that I can immediately spot and execute and make money off of. So a quick 2 risk reward scalp here to the upside. TP at the PY there after we ran an inducement, and then this is 15-minute inducement here, right? So this is 15-minute inducement right here. All right, so 15-minute inducement right there. And then basically for these trades here, this is just a stop hunter setup. I missed the initial entry. The initial entry should have been here for a lot more risk reward, for 3 risk reward here, but I missed it and I caught 1.5 here. I ran it down just to 1, but 1.5 risk reward here. And I took another stop hunter setup continuation, anticipating this 1 hour supply fails here, because like I tell you guys, if we're bullish, we're anticipating weak highs, right? And we're clearly bullish here. Not only are we trading at all-time highs, but all this here is basically 15-minute or hourly inducement here. You can even consider this a sweep. I don't care what you consider this. Nonetheless, it is liquidity getting taken out. Low is getting taken out. We tapped into the 5-minute origin here, right? And you guys know what that means, right? So I'll just label this for you guys here. But we tapped into the 5-minute origin, and there's nothing else below, right? We don't need to sweep these lows here. We already swept lows here as liquidity. London session low got taken already. Asia session low got taken at open, or before open. And so all we're expecting is expansion to the upside, and that's what we happened today. Now for this trade here, I did not TP at the week high. My original TP here was at the week high, but I changed it. And the reason why was just because I didn't want to sit through this trade any longer. I was kind of done for a day here, to be honest. And I kind of just want to chill for the rest of the day. So I just TP'd early. This is just a 100% personal decision. This has nothing to do with the charts in terms of why I TP'd early here. But in terms of normal standard TP, you would TP at the internal high there with a stop hunter setup, or you TP and find another PY above, or you go very aggressive and you go for that week high there, right? Which is not a bad TP at all. But you can see if I waited for my trade to hit TP, I would have been in this trade for 2.5 hours. And, you know, I knew we were going to get some sort of consolidation like this. Whenever you go for the all-time highs and such, guys, you'll see and notice how price does a lot of accumulation. And all it's doing here is just consolidation, accumulation to build up liquidity to trap people to sell. There's people selling here, targeting down here, and they get stopped out. There's people selling here, targeting down here to get stopped out. People selling here, targeting down here to get stopped out. If you scalp these, cool, you make money. But otherwise, a lot of people are not scalping. They're looking for this big target below here, for this PY, for example, and they're getting stopped out. So for whenever I see consolidation like this, it just means as long as my draw on liquidity is correct and context is good, I don't really care about consolidation. It's just we tend to prefer no consolidation, just because we want faster TPs, but that's really the only technical reason, right? And then later we had a nice short entry model with what I teach in a course here, right? You're gonna scalp that into a stop hunter, and you could have made money here. So this is another 6 risk reward here, guys. Do you guys think the chat is too big? Should I make the chat box smaller? I'll make the chat box a little bit smaller here. Oh, that should be good there. Oh, no, it's not good. It is not good. I see your messages, guys. Give me 1 second here. Alright, cool. There it is. Made the chat a little bit smaller, so it doesn't block everything here. Stream looking nice with the overlay. Appreciate it, Stampede. Trying to make things look a little bit more professional over here. You can pretty tell I've been upgrading my camera quality. I've been upgrading the mic, obviously. I have ring lights now. I have lights in the back. I've upgraded a good amount of my setup to make the videos a bit more cleaner and looks. Because if you go back to my old videos, you can see like the camera quality is pretty bad. The mic quality is pretty bad. I just didn't care at that point for like brand purposes. But you know, now I was like, screw it, might as well, you know, if I'm gonna do this, might as well just, you know, make it more professional. So invested in this. But yeah, hope you guys do like it. Stampede said, yeah, I've been watching your videos and other channels, improving a lot. Nice. What made you take the +3 risk reward here? It's something I go over in a course. This is a secret entry model that I only teach in a course. It's not on my YouTube channel. So this 3 risk reward, if you're talking about this also, this is another thing you have to go through the course to understand. and this as well. So those are secret entry models I go over only in the course. And then obviously all the course members know exactly what I'm talking about here because they've seen it play out over and over again. You guys literally trade it all the time. It's a really good entry model. It's a really good setup. Again, if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, leave a like. We'll see how many likes we can get this stream today. Sutterson, I sent you my screenshot in free chat, bro. Okay, I'll look over it real quick. Let me go over a trade recap today. So I've recapped so far 3 of these trades here for you guys. And then I'm going to go over gold right now. So on gold today, guys, go to the higher time frame. So ignore the trades on the left. Those are trades from yesterday that we caught, bangers. But basically on the higher time frame on gold, what I was seeing here is I told you guys this ahead of time also. Like I told you guys this 2 days ago when we hit the supply that I don't expect this hour supply to come back to 50% here because we already on the left, we already swept a 4-hour low here. And in terms of understanding the market fractally here, we swept a 4-hour low. So we swept 4-hour structure. So what does that mean? On a lower time frame, we're going to shift bullish. And so I'm expecting bullish candles to expand to the upside. And then if I go to the lower time frame here, 1 hour, we have a 1-hour supply above liquidity, which is obviously good, right? That's after we took out high time frame drawn liquidity. And then we obviously reacted off the 1-hour supply. But again, like I said, I told you guys I wasn't anticipating us to come back to 50% here because I was still seeing upside here. So what would you do here is basically you go to the lower time frame, you draw your inducement, and you draw out your range from there. So that's how I drew this 50% here, right? We tapped into this demand here, okay? And we had our typical internal sweep that happens all the time. I tell you guys this happens all the time at high time POIs, and that's what happened here is 1-hour supply or demand. So we had that internal sweep. It looks like an external sweep on a lower time frame, but understanding price fractally on the higher time frame, like 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, this is just actually an internal sweep, right? It's just an internal sweep, not external structure. So now I understand that the main thing why I was still being bullish here was because look, if we want to go lower, this high made this low, this high made this low. So once we take out this high, I was looking at this as a 30-minute stop hunter setup. So if we want to actually go lower from this 1-hour supply, we should have went lower. But guess what? We did not. So let's look at what happened when we took out this high here on the 30-minute. This is a stop hunter. So look at what happened, guys. We did not go lower. Right? The low is down here, London session low. We did not go lower. We did not break structure to the downside. Instead, what did we do? We created a mitigation cycle, right? Now, if you come back here, that's okay. But we have to not break above this high. Otherwise, this is now invalid on the lower time frame. So now that we broke above here, I'm actually expecting bullish price action. Matter of fact, my indicator here actually marked this as a break structure. I'm still working on the indicator, like I said, to make it more advanced and complex, to understand things a bit better. But nonetheless, this is why my bias was staying bullish. Now, look at what happened today, right? Some people will mark this as their change of character. No. You guys have to understand, what I teach works so much better than ICT and all these other people, right? In terms of how they teach you guys structure. That's not how it works. This is not a change of character. This is a liquidity sweep, okay? Because we already failed to stop on our fractally and we broke above that high, my directional bias 100% is only upside, right? Only to the upside. So what happens here was we hit 5-minute supply here. That's why we caused this big reaction to sweep this liquidity. But again, like I said, I'm looking for longs after we sweep. And I told the group also on the Discord, if you check the Discord messages in the private course members only chat, again, you only get access to that if you bought a course or a mentorship. I send out trade ideas in there all the time. I told you guys once we sweep that data wick low, what are we looking for? We are looking for longs. So that's exactly what we looked for, and we had people take these longs with me in the group. So first, let's go over this trade first. This is a stop hunter setup here, okay, that I took to the downside. Why was I bearish here even though my draw was higher? I'll tell you why. Number one, well, the main thing really is the data wick. So we took out the top side of the 815 data wick today, but we still had data wick low here intact. So what does that mean to me? Well, I'm not going to buy from here. I'm going to wait for his data wick to get taken. So I took a stop hunter here for 2.57, about 3 risk reward here, and hit TP. Now what happened next? I took a risky entry here. So that's why I said I could have avoided this loss, but I took a risky entry here using the impulse model, and that hit stop loss. You know, this is not, again, a typical IFG setup. This is an impulse model because we had an impulse delivery here with a lot of imbalances. So this is okay. I'm okay with this. Number two, we have a PY on the 1 minute on the left side. I took an OB entry model here. This also hit stop loss. If you used a very conservative stop loss method, you would have been in this trade completely fine. And you would have only taken not even a single loss, actually. But I had the tight stop loss, unfortunately, and I hit -1 here. Now, this is an important lesson for all of you guys that are trading. You can't give up after 1 or 2 losses. I see too many of you guys, or not, I wouldn't say too many of you guys, but some of you guys here, after you send me your losing trades, because I think reviewing losing trades is most important, right? You guys are, like, one of you guys took a short here. I won't mention who on here on stream, but one of you guys sent me a trade, you took a short here. Or sorry, you took a short here. And then I asked, why'd you not take the short here with the entry model here? And I don't remember exactly what he said, but essentially, typically what tends to happen is you guys would say things like, oh, psychologically I'm off. Well, you can't, if you psychologically are off after 1 single loss in trading, you're not going to make it in trading. I'll tell you that right now, right? You can't fold or tilt, or maybe not even tilt. You can't just like stay there and do nothing after 1 loss, right? We're trading high risk reward precise sniper entries with my strategy I teach in a course. With that comes win rate and risk reward. And when I say risk reward, I mean high risk reward. One winner of my trades can cover 3 to 4 to 5 losses plus. Like, for example, the gold longs I took the other night, 16 risk reward. This covers me 16 losses. That's how I think of my winners. Okay, how many losses does this potentially cover me from? 16 losses. So I'm okay with taking a few losses here. It's okay because I'm still going to be up overall when I just stick to my trading strategy system, because I've done so much back testing on my system across 4,000 plus trades, not only manually, but also with my algorithm bot. And so I know my system works. That's why I'm confident taking these trades. Some of you guys are not confident enough in the system because you haven't done enough back testing, or if you're just new to the course, that completely makes sense. Go learn the course content, go through everything, and then go back test. Don't go to the live market before you back test, because a lot of you guys will get confused if you don't back test yet, because back testing will teach you a lot of things. Trust me. You may think back testing won't teach you a lot of stuff, but trust me, it really will, because that's what it did for me, right? It gives you good screen time without having to sit in your chair for 4 hours, for example, like the other day on stream where we had to sit through consolidation for 4 hours. Instead of the 4 hours being wasted here, you could have spent that back testing for 4 hours, and you could have back tested 200 plus trades in the time span, right? And collected much more meaningful data. Because again, think about it this way. This live trade here is just literally one trade. It's not going to affect your overall P&L at all, right? Because in your career, if you're truly trying to take trading seriously and full time like me, you have to think in the long term, in the long run, across 1,000 trades. One trade out of 1,000 trades is not going to have any impact on your P&L whatsoever. So there's no point in wasting 4 hours if you're in consolidation, right? There's no point in wasting 4 hours, right, on your chart, just sitting here looking at trades. There's no point. You'd rather use that time to learn and backtest and optimize. Again, I have a full-on live stream on my YouTube channel of how you optimize. It was like 4.5 hours, 5 hours long in Excel or Google spreadsheet, to be specific, on how to optimize your systems and collect data using my private trading journal on my website. So we took a 3 restored here, right? Short here. And then I took 2 back-to-back losses here, but this is what I told the group, guys. I told you guys this is completely okay. Why is this okay? Well, because, you know, my system tells me this is still valid. Guess what? Look at what happened here. we never mitigated this. You can see we got close, but we never mitigated this 1 minute POI here, right here to the tick, until we got down here. So this is the last resort. What does this mean? This means that if price fails here, the next point of interest I'm looking at is going to be these two lows here. Okay, and I'll still take a long after taking out these two lows. Whether that's a scalp to make up my losses, I can do that, but I was already up on a day anyway, even with the two losses. So this is something you guys got to consider and put in the back of your mind. And what's the important lesson? The important lesson here, guys, is that you need to understand your risk management in terms of, it's not just risk management. Management isn't just like what percent you risk of your account per trade. It's not. I think my chart is a little bit cluttered with my stuff, but I think it's okay. So like risk management, you also have to consider this. What's your max drawdown? Again, I have a video in the course going over all of that data there for my strategy and yourself. So I'm not going to talk too much about determining the optimal risk percent per trade to risk. Okay, there's videos in my course going over all of that. You guys have seen it, but I'm going to go over one thing that I think is going to be the main topic of today's lesson, which is you need to have a risk tolerance for one trade idea. I'm talking about one single trade idea. So for example, what is the max number of losses you can psychologically and your account can handle in a single row consecutively, but in the same direction? So what I mean by that, by that is, for example, if you're going to take a trade off this data wick sweep, this PY and this PY. So that's 3 PYs, number 1, number 2, number 3. So if you have 3 different places where you can potentially get an entry model and take the trade from, you need to understand your max loss right now is -3. So always think about risk before reward. So what is your risk on the trade or in your trade idea? Well, your risk in this case, which is my risk here, was I knew that my risk is 3 losses in a row here, right? Meaning if I'm just completely wrong on my draw liquidity and this 5-minute supply manages to bring us all the way down here or even take out London session low, the max number of losses I can take with this one single trade idea is 3, for example, right? So that's something you want to keep in mind when you're picking PYs and how many PYs you're looking for, because sometimes there's going to be a lot of PYs and you may get confused. And when there's a lot of PYs, you have to be in the back of your mind considering, am I willing to lose this number of times, right? Because if every single PY gives you an entry model and confirmation, you're going to take it, right? There's no way to predict exactly which PY is going to hold, which one's not ahead of time. Of course, that has to do with weak structure and strong structure, but that's not the point of today's lesson. Today's lesson, like I said, just risk tolerance. How many losses can you take and afford to basically take in a row with the same trade idea? Now, go over the same trade idea topic. What do I mean by that? So, in this case, this is 3 max losses I can potentially take if my direction is wrong, right? So that's something you have to have in the back of your mind ahead of time. You have to treat trading like chess. You have to think ahead of time. If I take this loss, what am I going to do next? I already know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to wait for my next PY to hit, wait for my entry model, and take the trade. That's it, right? But some people have different trading systems or strategies, so this applies to other people that have different strategies too. If you don't trade my system, that you just have to understand what you're comfortable with, and not only that, but like what your system tells you to do. So the only way to determine that is just from backtest and looking at your data, right? Data is king. That's how I trade, and that's how I'm able to get rid of my emotions and stopping my emotions from taking actions on the chart, because I know if I don't follow my trading plan, I'm gonna lose. I'm going to lose. Okay, so that's another thing. Now, let's say you take 2 losses here, going long, and then let's say you went short here. This one played out. Let's say you went short up here for a huge target and here. So let's say this is -2, -2. In this case, your risk tolerance here is not -4. I consider this 2 separate trade ideas, right? Going long here and going short here. So your risk tolerance is actually -2 in this case, right? Because it's 2 separate trade ideas. One is going short, one is going long, and they don't go against each other in the sense of price already delivered up here, right? So it is important to just have that in the back of your mind next time when you're trading, because some of you guys may be too stuck up on one trade direction. And what happens is if you pick like 10 PYs, okay, you're never gonna have 10 PYs, by the way. Usually you will have like 2 flips, an origin, and inducement. and external liquidity. Okay, usually in a single range, you will have those PYs, but you will not get an entry on every single one of those PYs. It's very rare you get an entry on every single one of those PYs, right? But let's say you had 7 PYs you're looking at for some reason, for some odd reason. At that point, obviously you're doing something wrong if you have 7 PYs in one single range. But let's say there were 7, right? You should not come up to me and be like, yo, I just lost. I should never hear any of you guys come up to me or DM me and be like, yo, I just lost 7 trades in a row with the same trade idea, right? Now, if you lost 7 losses in a row, but it was different trade ideas or different pairs, that's fine. That's possible. That's part of probabilities. That's actually possible. Even with my win rate, okay, my win rate is a situation where my max loss typically is -4 in a row. Okay, but let's say you have a 30% win rate. You can actually lose 7 to 8 trades in a row, right? But as long as you're not losing 7 to 8 trades in a row in the same trade idea, it's okay. So if you take like -3 here and you take -4 here, so -3 losses, -4 losses here, that's okay. But I don't ever want to see you guys taking -7 or -6 or -5 in one single direction, because in that case, you're not letting your system or strategy play out in terms of variance, right? The market's always going to have good and bad opportunities. And, if your direction is wrong, you're just wrong. Just accept you're wrong, right? But don't continuously keep taking trades, right? Make sure you're selecting good PYs, things of that nature. For example, taking -1 here, which one of my students did. He -1 here, and then he missed this short here. And I was just like, it's just one loss here, man. It's just one loss. Why let this one loss stop you from trading in your direction, right? It's just one single loss. You need to know your data. And I don't think he's done much back testing, he told me. Well, because to be fair, he's still somewhat new to the course, so it's okay, right? And, since I know that he hasn't done enough back testing, I said it's okay, just go back test and you'll realize that your net risk reward outcome is going to be so much higher if you're just going to, if you take these back-to-back trades in your same direction, give it a few tries, right? With my entry models, with my precision of my trades, you're not going to always get it on the first try. Because if you did, you would have a 100% win rate at 3 to 4 risk reward and catch even 16 risk reward trades, 100% win rate. That's just not possible in the markets. No one's going to have a 100% win rate. Not even institutions have a 100% win rate, because if they did, they would just control the entire market. But one single institution is not going to control the entire market, guys. So just something to keep in mind. Risk tolerance. So number 1, risk tolerance in the same trade idea should never be more than, I'd say, 5. Number 2, which is, thinking ahead of time, just like chess, training like chess. How many losses or winners can you take in a row? And what do you do when you lose a trade? You need to know immediately what you're going to do next. I've been training this system for years, guys. The same system for years. I've done tweaks and optimization to it over time, so it's changed a little bit, but the foundation stays the exact same. So I know after these 2 losses, that doesn't mean my direction is wrong at all. Because look what happened here, guys. After 2 losses, I took this winner here. Gold flew. I missed out on 4 risk reward. I caught 4 risk reward, but I missed out on an extra 4. Right? And eventually it hit my final draw on liquidity, which, like I said, on a higher time frame, we're going higher in gold. But it's all good, right? Again, for me, this is a personal preference thing. You can hold for this previous day high if you want. If you're drawing liquidities up there, hold for that. I personally, like I said, didn't, out of just personal preference. It's not a technical thing, so don't worry about that. For this 3rd trade here, or 4th trade here, this is just off an IFG entry model. Okay, stop loss. I didn't use an aggressive stop loss here in case we did. We can actually come back to the OB. Why did we not come back? There's reasons I talk about in the course. You guys know about these internal sweeps. Reasons why we don't come back to the OB. So you could have even used and risked an aggressive stop loss here, right here, prior to mitigation, and you would have caught double risk reward for you could. So if you took this with a stop loss here, this is completely valid for 8 risk reward. Okay, and so yeah, that was basically the trades today here, man, guys. That's basically it. 3 risk reward, -2, and then came back with a banger 4 risk reward trade. This one I held with a few other course members that also did the same longs, right? So overall on gold today, this is 7 -2, 5 risk reward on gold. Okay. And then in terms of the trades on ES today, it was just back-to-back winners. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 risk reward today made for me personally on my accounts. So I hope you guys did end green. Again, like I said, I saw the poll It was looking very good today. 9 people ending green, 2 reds, and only 1 break even. So very good results from everyone inside the Discord today. So if you're not in the free Discord, don't forget to join that as well. And then you can see later we have my stop runner set up to continue higher. There's several times where you have my internal continuation model to continue trading higher. Here's an example, for example, of a situation where let's say you have a lot of PYs. Let's say you're trying to short here, which you shouldn't. I teach this in the course. This is all inducement here. Don't short from this. Okay, drawing liquidity is also wrong anyway if you are shorting here. But it worked out here. That doesn't mean it's going to work out every single time. So for example, let's just say this lost, right? Maybe your target was down here on the low. Let's say this lost or down here. -1, let's say you shorted here, -2, -3, right? And then let's say you keep shorting here, -4, -5, -6. In this case, if you ever come into this situation here, I'm going to ask you straight up, did you look at the high time frame? Because too many of you guys are stuck on the 1 minute. And I know you guys see me on the 1 minute a lot, but that's just because I'm showing you guys my exact entry, right? My entry model and my entry. But you have to go from the higher time frame down. So always when you start your day from the 4 hour, go down. If you have my daily bias indicator, you don't need to go to the daily chart. So I don't ever want to see you guys, send me trades, for example, of, I took 7 losses in a row in the same trade idea, going short. I'll tell you, did you look at the high time frame? Most likely your answer is no, right? And if your answer, let's say, is yes, and let's say your direction was just wrong, for example, the next question I'm going to ask you is, do you know your risk tolerance for each direction? Yes or no? And you're probably going to tell me no. And if you tell me yes, then I'm just like, okay, well, it seems like 7 losses in a row in the same trade idea is your risk tolerance. So this is normal. Taking 7 losses here in a row is normal. I don't see anything wrong here. Otherwise, if you don't know that, that's obviously an emotional mistake that you're making, right? You don't understand your system enough. So, for example, if you understand your system enough, you would know that if we fail here, and you look to the left, there's nothing else to the left. You wouldn't even continue taking these shorts after anyway. So that's also a technical error as well. The point is, just understand your own trading risk tolerance, because that's really important in terms of trading. Okay, now that we've gone over the trades taken today, let's go over some questions from the stream. So, Stampede said, I see if I start making money trading, I'll definitely buy your course. And then we have another chat here. Stampede said, so in poker, to get good, I would say 60% is experience, 40% strategy. What percent do you think trading is? I think trading, so it's going to be hard for me to say just because I have a ton of experience trading. I probably have thousands of hours of screen time above everyone else in the industry. But I'd say trading is still mostly strategy, right? If you don't have a proven edge from backtesting, experience is not going to get you that far. But like anything, even a normal job, software engineers, any job, like any skill, there's experience involved regardless. So there's not like a specific percentage I could really say, because anything you do in life requires some experience behind it. There's a reason why employers don't just look at your degree. They also look at your years of experience, what you do with those experiences, right? And those experiences will give you new skills and new value. So I'd say in terms of, if you want to talk about discretion, we can convert experience to discretion, because trading to me is 80% mechanical with 20% discretion. So you can convert that to 80% strategy, 20% experience. But the experience part, you don't need a ton of time to develop once you have a robust system. Because when you have a robust system, you know what you're looking for. And if you know what you're looking for, then it's much easier and much faster to improve in your trading. Because if you don't know what you're looking for, you're lost everywhere. You're looking at random things all over the place, or you don't even know what you're looking at. No matter like how many hours of experience you have, you're going to get nowhere, because you don't have any robust, solid foundation built yet. So again, the first number one thing you always have to do to become full-time trading or even become profitable at trading is backtesting a fully mechanical system. Once you backtest something fully mechanical, then if you add some discretion and experience on top of that, that comes later. That doesn't come immediately, right? But again, point is, like I tell you guys all the time, when you backtest, your strategy should have an edge. If it doesn't, you need to change up your strategy or make adjustments or optimize. Like for example, the course members that backed my strategy after only 2 weeks of being in a course, you can think 2 weeks, they've gone through the course, they probably have had no experience on the chart, right? They've gotten really good results. 50% winner at 3 sword, things of that nature, right? So again, you need to make sure you have an edge before any experience or discretion is added in the first place. Otherwise, I think it's going to be very hard to convert a strategy from backtest that objectively doesn't work into something that works from just pure experience. I think that's just going to be very hard and too discretionary in my opinion. That's also why I used to trade order flow but stopped, right? It was too discretionary. There's nothing robotic or mechanical behind trading order flow. Sebastian said, did you enter in the +3 RR right where the drawing is? Which one? Are you talking about the gold short? So the entry, you can enter anywhere here. This is the correct entry here. You can enter up here if you want to wait later. You can have a limit order here. Again, since the context is here, your entry price, as long as it's above here, near where I tell you guys to enter, it's a good trade. Because remember, this is something I also went in the course. We're not always going to take these highs, right? There's a pullback with a bullish candle here as a high. So you wait, take this, and then you see why I have my stop loss above here to protect myself in case we also want to take this. Because we have a bullish candle here that made this high. So in fact, we missed this high. But we definitely took this prominent high there. Sebastian said, explain the 3R please. I know it's a stop hunter, but when do you enter? I find it much more discretionary than main strategy. What do you mean by when do you enter? So you always, if you just rewatch the stop hunter setup video, I go over when you enter. You just enter immediately off that candle once it closes, once it sweeps. If you're talking about direction, you can just rewatch the stream because I've gone over it. I'll also post this video or stream into the course content as well for you guys to rewatch everything. But essentially, the logic here, or the reason why I was looking for a low here instead of a long here, is just the data wick. That's it, right? We have a data wick right here. If we didn't have this data wick, I'll still be looking to short here to this 1 minute demand. But we had the data wick here, so my draw liquidity is that data wick. Remember, you can trade towards your entries. So I was looking for this data wick to get swept to go long. I can take, if I get my stop hunter set up, that's when you use the stop hunter setup to take trades towards your draw liquidity. That's always the situation with stop hunter. Same here, right? We take this trade towards our draw liquidity, which is higher. And then Snake Pete said makes sense, yeah. What's up, Billy? Bill said, use the same strategy. Yes. I use the same strategy for literally everything. It doesn't matter what you trade, the strategy works. I've done bad testing on gold, ES, NQ, Euro USD, oil. They all work. Okay. The strategy works on everything you trade. Anything you think of, as long as it's not like some meme coin or some BS, it works. You can also reach out to the Discord members if you want backtests, or just do Control F in the free Discord. You'll find backtest results of 100 plus, 1,000 plus trades on my strategy in there. Again, you need to make sure your backtesting works. Otherwise, discretion is not going to save you, in my opinion. But yeah, good to see that a lot of the members ended green today. Because I also sent out my trade ideas. So I told everyone I was looking for longs on gold for that high to get ran. So as long as you took, my draw on liquidity, my trade idea, you would have been green today. Easy green. Easy green. It's not easy to hold this trade. Actually, this holding trades like this is easy work to me. The only reason why it wasn't easy last stream is because I had to be on stream. So, you know, I had to sit here with you guys holding for 4 hours. Otherwise, for this gold trade, for example, you know what I do? I'll literally enter this trade, and I was just looking at Discord and other stuff. I wasn't even looking at the chart when I was in this trade, right? I was looking at other stuff. I wasn't even paying attention much to the chart here because I know that we're going to get a fake reaction here. I'm just predicting the market. I'm predicting this is not going to hold because of this inducement that I mechanically taught you guys how to identify ahead of time. This is why how you can avoid losses. What's up, IJ Alone? Just found out your channel. Gonna check out your videos. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Make sure to subscribe if you're new as well. Leave a like and turn on notifications for future streams. I'm curious, how do people find streams on YouTube? Or my stream specifically? You guys are finding me from the homepage? Or are you guys like searching up YouTube trading live streams and then you're just filtering by live? Thanks for subscribing, JLS. Just got a new sub. Google. Oh, you Google. What did you Google? I'm actually curious. What did you Google? What's like the keyword you Google to find the stream? Wait, if I look up trading live stream, it filter by live. Yeah, my channel is not even on the top homepage. Well, I guess it depends on what keywords you look up. But yeah, my live's not even on the first page. A lot of the people on the first page are like binary pocket options. These people that stream pocket options, dude, they stream for an entire day. It's crazy. I don't know how they do it. It's a lot of work to stream. You should name your stream Trading Force, Forex, or Gold. Oh, stream Trading Forex or Gold? Oh. Stream Trading Forex or Gold? Oh, does, what's it called? Is futures not really a popular... Oh, I guess Forex is more popular than futures, but I don't want to lie here. Just name it Forex because I'm not trading Forex. I'm trading futures, but to be fair, there's members in my course that also trade Forex, and it's the same thing, right? It's basically the same charts. Keep it simple, then majority of people would join. Interesting. Okay, so keep the title simple. Alright, I guess I'll just shorten my live stream title right now. Also, join the free Discord, guys, if you're not in there. You know, there's a lot of free stuff there for people that are new to trading. I'll send you guys the link. There's the link to the Discord, and then if you want to learn the course, there's a link to the course. And then if you're interested in a course and you want the sale, it's $200 off today with code July 4th. So I'll probably type it in for you guys manually. But use that at checkout and you get $200 off the course. Wait, Stampede, is that? Oh no, dude, I thought I recognized their profile picture from somewhere for a second. Never mind. Do you stream New York and London? I don't really stream London. If you check my streams on my YouTube channel, it's all Asia or New York. But ever since the last 3 Asia streams, we've ended green, but it was so choppy and we had to sit here forever that I don't think it's worth streaming Asia anymore. So I'll just be streaming just New York. Oh, really? Viewers joined this session mainly. Yeah, Asia session is pretty dead. That makes sense. Most people are like either on this side of the world or opposite side. So it's literally just London or New York. Yeah. But yeah, London is a no-no for me. I sometimes trade London, but it's too late to be streaming. Like, I'm dead by then. I don't think people want to see a stream in London. But it is pretty interesting because half the course members are on the other side of the world. So that's cool, man. It's very cool. I've seen people who have Bitcoin and title tend to get people too. Makes sense. I want to do a test run, guys, actually, real quick. Let's see. What should I name this stream? I want to do a test here. Let's see how fast it affects it. I'm going to change it. Ignore the title, guys. I'm just going to test it real quick for like a few minutes. I'm going to change it to live stream Bitcoin. We'll see what happens here. There's no way that... I don't believe the algo is going to change that fast. That'd be kind of crazy if it did. But yeah, I'll definitely shorten my titles. That's good to know. I'll definitely shorten my titles in the future, as well as like my content in general in terms of video duration. I think it's because people have too short attention spans nowadays. I believe is that why they click on the shorter titles. Not entirely sure, but that's my guess. Because my titles are quite long, I'm going to be honest. So yeah, I'll work on shortening my titles and things of that nature, man. Stampede, I thought it was from an anime. I thought it was from what's it called? I thought it was from Dr. Stone. I don't know if you've seen Dr. Stone. I thought it was from Dr. Stone. It kind of looks like him, I'm gonna be honest, just a little bit. Not the glasses, but I thought it was from Dr. Stone or Nanami from JJK, but nah. Again, if you're new, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. Let's grow this channel to 11K. I think we can hit 20. We can maybe 20K by the end of this year. We'll see. It really depends on how fast the channel grows. But we'll see. I think I'm trying to find a way to work smarter, not harder, because I've been posting a ton of videos. Like if you look at my channel, I have like 800 videos on my channel. I think it's just too much in general. So trying to figure out a way to up the quality and less quantity. Only thing is I've hired an editor and things of that nature back then and stuff, but it didn't really change too much in terms of the algorithm. I don't know. I'm just not a marketer, man, personally. And to be honest, I like to kind of manage my own stuff. I don't have a team behind me, unlike a lot of other people that have like a marketing team. I personally just like handling things myself. But yeah, I'm not really a special marketer or whatnot. I just trade. That's all I know. All I know how to do is just trade. So I just stick to it. You short? Indy said you short. Is that a question? Are you asking? I'm not in a trade. So no, I'm not in short. I'm not in a trade. And also, you wouldn't even be short in this. This is an uptrend. And draw liquidity is higher. I've been calling this out the whole entire day in the Discord of us going higher. Time, it will grow. Man, sometimes you think of time. But when was my first video? My first video on this channel was 2.5 years ago. So it's been a while, man. 2.5 years is a long time. I have 882 videos, but I'll say like 2/3 of those is just from shorts. I'm not a fan of shorts, I'm gonna be completely honest. But I see like the what's the word? I see the reason why people watch shorts. Sorry, thought that was Bitcoin. Oh snap. Hey, yo, Sato-san, I can't use that title. I'm not trying to get canceled or. I mean, it'll probably work, but nah, too risky for me. After growing this channel for 2.5 years, I'm not trying to get canceled in 1 second. Sorry, I thought that was Bitcoin. Oh snap! Did the title actually work? No way. There's no way. The viewer count stayed the same. How do you plan draw on LQ direction, broski? Are you talking about drawing liquidity? I go over that in the course. So if you get the course, you'll know how I look for it. I have a mechanical checklist for determining drawing liquidity. That's why I'm trying to code my indicator right now, or my structure indicator I'm working on right here on the left, to use that mechanical system I built for drawing liquidity and just copy that into structure here using pivot points. And if you're wondering what the indicators are, you can get them access. There's a free trial going on with the indicators for 7 days. The TradingView indicators I custom coded. They'll help you trading my strategy. Even if you trade your own strategy, you have the daily bias and you have a lot of other indicators to help you out. But yeah, get the course indie, and then you'll understand everything from there. So I'll send you a link there if you want, and then use this code here. So there's only a few. July 4th, that's the code. So code to get basically the sale going on right now. $200 off. Okay, sure. How do I add the indicator? So the indicator is on TradingView. I assume you have TradingView, right? Almost everyone has TradingView. So you just go to my WAP, put in your information, whatever it asks you for. I don't remember. I think it's this email or something. And then just click 7-day free trial. And then you'll get access to everything there. Look at that. We had a nice short entry model. Now you talk about shorts off previous day high. And see, things like this, previous day high, previous day low, I never marked these myself. This is just from an indicator, as you can see, right? W bias indicator. And I have it so that you can set alerts on my strategy as well with the indicators. So you don't have to worry too much about too much screen time. You can save yourself a lot of time just with the alert system I built in. But there it is, man. Great reaction, entry model, nice TP. But again, like I said, I'm done trading today. So I'm just going to chill for the rest of the day here with y'all. Help some of you guys out with your trades. But if you want to know why I took my trades today, just go rewatch the videos or rewatch the stream. I'll have it posted up as long as it's not copyrighted by music, which it shouldn't be. And you'll figure out, or you'll know why I took the trades I took today. Took 5 winners today, 3 back-to-back-to-back winners on ES, and then 2 winners on gold and 2 small losers. My losses, as you can see, there's a trend with my trading. Losses are very small, winners are huge, right? Except for this one. This is like an entry that I messed up on. The initial entry should have been here with what I teach, but I messed up on the entry I got in late, so I only got 1.5 out of that one, but nonetheless, that's how I trade. What's your WAP? Here. I should probably put that. Oh, here, give me a second. Let me put that in as a code too, so people can just get to that in Stream Elements. Give me 1 second. It says swap.com/essentialtraders. But if you just go to my website, essentialtradersuniversity.com, it has the link, direct link to everything on my website. I'm thinking honestly right now, guys, if I should just combine my website into one. So instead of having a WAP page and a website, a professional website, I'll just get rid of the website and just have my WAP link, so people can get to the purchase link more directly if they're looking for it. But I feel like the website also has a few things that I kind of want to keep, like the EV calculator, because some people use that and it's an important statistical thing. You just, you don't want to do manual math, so just use the calculator to do it for you. But whoa, close tab. Here, I'll put in WAP. Do this. Wait, one of you guys try to command. Do like exclamation mark or Discord or something. I want to see if I think it should work for everyone else if you just type it in. But yeah, there it is. Nice. Gold buy trade setup, please. Jamal said that there was already a buy opportunity on gold. You missed it. It was a long time ago at 10 a.m. There's more buy opportunities later with my entry model in the course. Right here. I see it right here as well, and right here. This is the best one here. You could have caught like 8 risk reward here off this long here on gold with my entry model. Keep them as simple, then majority people will join. Then mention gold. Your stream just trading live? What? IJH said, you were on my homepage, lol. YouTube algo just throws stuff out sometimes. I see. Makes sense. And then Daddy Bag says, popped up on main page from algorithm noticing my interest in videos related to trading. Okay, so yeah, it's just trading algo then doing this thing. All right, let's change the title back. This title is not working. We're done clickbaiting over here. Trying to see if I miss any questions here. Drawdown makes you feel different. That's what Bill said. Yeah, it does, but you just have to understand probabilities. Again, I've done this for so long to the point where I've gone through drawdown periods and I've climbed out of them quite fast because I'm trading. I teach you guys a high risk reward strategy, and my strategy, because it's high risk reward, you can take, like I say, 3 to 4 losses in a row, and all it takes is one winning trade to wipe them out, all out plus more. Like for example, the 16 risk reward. This is not a swing trade in my books. This is just an intraday trade that I just held overnight. But something like this covers me 16 losses in the future. That's how I think of it. And of course, today is another plus 11 risk reward. So a lot of money to be made every single day. Every single day that you guys aren't learning, aren't journaling, aren't working on your craft or taking trades, you're missing out on profit. I don't want to say this is free money because it takes time to develop a strategy. Hence why I've shortened the learning curve for all of you guys here with my experience. So you're really paying for my experience with a working strategy. That's what you're paying for. And in terms of discipline, that's all up to you. That's all up to you to work on, right? There's only so much I can do to help your discipline. At the end of the day, I teach you the strategy that works. You do your back testing, you can see if my strategy works. Then you just literally replicate it live and you're profitable. It's as simple as that. But I think a lot of people take a long time also because they psychologically just can't take one loss, which is crazy to me. Pragya said, why futures and not Forex? I used to trade Forex. I started with options, did a little bit of tiny crypto, and then I got into Forex, and then I went to futures because Forex has spread. Futures doesn't have spread. It's a huge difference, honestly. To your risk reward, like it could impact your risk reward by, I'd say, like 20 to 30%, which over time, that's a lot of profit I'm leaving off the table or I'm missing out. So like for me, at my stage of trading, I'm not worried about profitability because I'm already profitable. I'm just worried about, I'm just focused on optimization. So trying to figure out ways to improve my winners to get a bit more out of, or a bit more juice out of my winning trades. Trying to find ways to cut my losers if I can, but statistically from my data, there's not really a way to really cut losers without that affecting my net risk reward. So I keep in set and forget, and also teach a break-even system for people that want an even higher win rate. But if you're wondering, my stats is 65% win rate at 3 to 4 risk reward is my average. So there's not much drawdown for me. Like today, only 2 losses in a row, and everything else is just winners. So I don't have too much drawdown in my own trading. I've been over trading. IJH said, I've been over trading too much on green, then throw away half of my profit every time I trade. Lol. Do you have a profit goal when you trade? No, never have a profit goal when you guys are trading. It's not good over the long run. You want to focus on the chart and not your profit or P&L on a day. That's what I tell everyone in the course. Is common sense, but a lot of people tend to get the profit thing too much in their head, stuck in their head, and they're not focusing on what actually matters, which is the process. So what I like to say is process over profits, because profits come from you following your process. That's the truth of trading. That's how you should view trading, because if you view it the other way around, you're going to likely make psychological mistakes. But yeah, if you guys want a back test, you can check out my recent sponsor, FX Replay. If you want to back test my data, back test my strategy once you get the course, you can get a nice little discount on your FX Replay subscription with the code JTrades at checkout. The trick is thumbnails, Stampede. You know, Stampede, I did an interesting test, an A and B test, if you know what that is. And for my results from my testing, I found out that my thumbnails didn't have a huge impact on my views. There's times where I have like custom thumbnail editors that get less views than my videos where I have not a single thumbnail, and it's just like a raw picture from the video. What I found was from my testing that the title actually mattered a lot more. It could be a coincidence, I don't know, but that's what happened with my channel at least when I was doing my testing. Made a good profit on corn futures today. Nice, Daddy Bags. How is trading corn, by the way, Daddy Bags? I've never really looked too much into corn, but obviously I know you can trade corn futures. But I personally just never really looked too much into it. I don't think you use this chart. Well, see, to me, I don't know what chart you're using, but like for example, this, I can't trade this. I can't even tell what's going on with the candles. They're like, the movement is too small. But I assume you have like you're using your broker's chart, so it should look good. Let's go on the micro chart on CBOT. Oh my, okay, never mind. Let's go back to where I was originally with gold. Cool Eisen you got there. Oh, Stampede, you know what's up. Yeah, that Eisen. Yep. Spent about like $475 on it with shipping. It's pretty big. It's like a 1-to-5 scale. But that's a little thing I'm doing on the side. So I have investments. Obviously, I'm not telling you guys to recklessly spend money. I already have my investments. I have my money diversified. So it's not just my personal account, funded accounts, all that. I have it in a lot of things. So just diversification, I'm completely chilling. But yeah, I've been starting a collection for the past few months on resins. For those that are into that hobby or know about that hobby, I don't think it's a pretty niche hobby. I just got into it, but I've been starting my collection. We'll see how it goes. I do need to buy like those module cases where they're like really premium displays, and those take a long time to make. It's like a 9-month period, really pregnancy period to make and deliver. So I'm gonna have to do a DIY. So do it myself. What the? I think I accidentally hit something on my controls. And you say got your website all good, nice. So I was trying to say combine into one and make more shorts. Everyone watches shorts a lot. Combine into one. Combine what into one? Yeah, dude, I've been posting a lot of shorts. I have like 600 shorts, but they don't really get too many views. I use like an AI clipper to get them just because I'm not gonna spend my free time going over and actually trying to find the most viral potential clips, but oh snap, set us on, yes sir, exclamation Discord. All right, I guess it works for everyone. Longs on Tesla or nah? It's been so long since I've really looked into stocks. What the heck happened? What happened yesterday? Is this because of the Trump feud? I can't really. I don't honestly don't know too much about Tesla fundamentally, but I think bullish. It looks like my entry model here, literally on the daily chart, to go to the upside here. Will we go to all-time highs on Tesla at 490? Maybe. I don't know. The thing with stocks is that the what's it called? Fundamentals, I feel like affects it a lot more. Not saying you can't trade stocks. The way you trade stocks, you can use my strategy and it will still work on stocks. It's just that I think fundamentals will have a bigger play in those than something very stable like ES or NQ. Individual stocks can get very volatile, extremely volatile, depending on what you're looking at. Sebastian said, "What is it? Is it 3D printed? Are you talking about the things in the back, the resins, or are you talking about the module cases? The module case is like a display company for cases, but if you're talking about the things in the back, the resins, it's just a really expensive material that's like really brittle, so it's like super fragile, and it's like mad expensive low key compared to like it's not plastic. Like for example, that thing in the back right there. I'll call it Eisen since Stampede knows what I'm talking about. Eisen in the back there is like 60 pounds. It's like 40 to 60 pounds. So it may look like plastic, maybe. We can't really tell because the camera. It's kind of blurred out in the background. But yeah, it is pretty. Those things are heavy, man. Real heavy. Never thought they would be that heavy until I got one in hand. It was, jeez. Yo, why is increasing the focus on the camera making it low-key look kind of cool? What the? Oh, wait, hold on. I think I have to get it to a number where it's like this. Or my background's slightly blurred, right? So that's what most people do, guys, right? Am I tripping? I don't know. We'll add a little bit of blur in the back. Don't know if that's supposed to help much with the videos, but just did it. Thanks for subscribing, R3LL. R3LL. Sebastian, have you been trading? It's been a minute, I feel like, since I talked to you. We got some dudes playing video games right now in the course members. You stopped trading? Wait, like permanently? What do you mean you just paused? Oh, I'm gonna look at Brian's trades. Most important candlestick type. I use Japanese standard candlesticks. They work the best with my strategy. That's literally what I use for my strategy. I don't use anything else. All right. Oh, image pasted too big, Brian. I can't see it. You said, Brian said, as soon as I woke up, still in bed, I FOMO'd. Oh. Wait. You took a short? Brian, what happened, dude? You took a short? Don't use Higanashi. Well, I'm not saying don't use, but it's not accurate. The pricing that you see on a Higanashi candles, trust me, I've tried it in the past. It's not accurate at all. Don't use that. Brian, what happened, dude? I see you took a short here, and then you got stopped out of your short. Even though that's like where you shorted, or where you got stopped out is where you entered my stop under setup. Unless I'm tripping here. Oh, you said you FOMO'd. I'm confused. I'm not gonna lie. On your first trade, is that a short stop out and then another short and then TP, and then you short again? I can't really tell there. And then I see. Oh, damn, Brian. Wait, Brian, are you trading Forex? It doesn't matter. I was just wondering. Hold on. Let's go back to GC. Because it says. Oh, yeah. I think I'm tripping. It says gold spot on your chart. Or XE USD instead of GC. So, Brian's one of our course members. He took this long. He showed me. Oh, my gosh. Brian, you cooked with this long. I'm not going to lie. How's your accounts doing, Brian? Are you trading like accounts or what is this? What setup did you take here, Brian? Is this, I think this is an OB entry model. I can't really tell here based on the time. 12 o'clock. I think it's an OB entry model, right? OB entry model here, Brian? To the tick that got hit or IFG? I think it looks like IFG actually. How much risk reward did you make on this, Brian? Damn. One of our course members, Brian, caught this the entire massive upside long on gold. Oh my gosh. Bro's deadly. What was your target, Brian? I assume you're targeting previous day high. Or I think you exited slightly early. Here. Nonetheless, you caught a majority of the upside move. So good work, man. That's a good trade. I assume you saw me saying I was in this long, right? And you just used me as confluence to take another re-entry. What's the risk reward here with my indicator? Hold on. Dude, even if you TP slightly early, it's still a lot. You made probably like 5 risk reward there. Damn. Nice. Yo, Brian, you enter with 2K position size? I forgot what this equates to on Forex. But 2K position size? I see your 2K. I see your 2K number. Bro entered with like 200K risk. Gold just did another stop hunter setup after sweeping previous day high. The market is, we are bullish, guys. People that are shorting, unless you're scalping, that's fine. Because if you're scalping or bullish, you can still win, right? You still have an edge. But looking for crazy targets, you're going to lose. You're going to lose, guys. Telling y'all, trade with the trend. Trade with the trend. You trade the internal trend, internal swing trend here as a retracement or mitigation cycle, and you trade the new external trend up to the upside. And then one of our Prime mentorship students right now is undefeated for the week. So Prime mentorship students, you guys are cooking it right now. Absolutely cooking. Sebastian said, thing is that I just got to the US and I want to work my butt off a bit so I can quit for a month and focus 100%. It's valid. I probably wouldn't say you should quit until like get like at least a month of full green, or like end of month green, because you're gonna put a lot more psychological pressure on yourself quitting early. But yeah, it seems like you're saying you're saving up, so Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Work while you learn is my best advice for anyone out there that's not full time yet, that's trying to go towards full time. Work a job, have some income on the side while working your way to popularity. That's the best option. Otherwise, too much pressure. Sebastian said, "But I've been watching you. Great content as always. Appreciate it, Sebastian. Sebastian number one, uno." What are the times you trade? I trade kill zones. And I go over the kill zone timings in my YouTube videos and in the course. So I just trade, I mainly focus on trading during the kill zones. Best volatility, entries, everything. But again, oh, you mean mornings or nights? Mix of both. I've discussed this like a lot of times on stream, but if I'm really green in the morning, I don't trade night. If I am red or break even or like slightly green in the morning, I'll trade a session. It doesn't matter, It's a personal preference thing when you want to trade. For me, I don't have obligations outside of trading, so I can do whatever I want. OB entry model, and I'm just trying out because I want to start trading with live cash because I don't really want to wait for firms to pay me out. Today was chilling for me on gold. Only set stop loss and let it ride. Almost 6 reward. Nice, Brian. Damn. That's a money printer right there. Bro's a straight money printer. Oh, I can't work and trade. It's so hard I'll get fired. Oh, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Oh, if you're talking about trading while at work, yeah, no, definitely don't do that. No. I got in trouble once at work for being on my phone. It was like 30 seconds on my phone and I got caught. Yeah, just focus on your work then. Yeah, waiting for firms to pay out. I can see what you mean there. Stop loss at double bottom. Thanks for subscribing, Con Buy. It's appreciate the support. Make sure to join free Discord. All right. But yeah, good trade, man. We might go for pre-stay high again, or not again, but take out the high again on gold. Oh wait, no, we closed. Never mind, we reclosed. Market's closed. There's some people that are winning a lot right now in the market just by longing at New York Open. And obviously it's because the market's bullish, so not surprised. But I wouldn't recommend you guys use that as a strategy long term. It's just that it's been working for people that do that recently, just because of fundamentally we're just so bullish on the market. Again, whenever you're trading at all-time highs, just trade to the upside. Just follow the trend. Don't try to outsmart the market thinking we're in a tank after sweeping all-time highs, because that's not a good sweep. A good sweep is sweeping lows. Have you seen YouTuber Lit Nomad? Yeah, Sebastian, I have. I've actually been watching his stuff once in a while. He's the quant dude that retired, right? I just watch like quant stuff in my free time, honestly. Because in terms of retail trading, which all of us are retail traders, right? We're just trading off normal stuff, TradingView, broker, that's it. We're not trading anything special, and it's just like, I like to learn stuff outside of what I'm doing currently, just because at my stage in trading, it's just compounding my account. Not only that, but also it's just like there's not much. There's only so much you can really learn, man. Again, I got into the rabbit hole at one point in my trading journey. I wouldn't say journey, just career, where I was trying to over optimize and overfit data, and it didn't really improve my trading by much. So now it's just, to me, trading is just discipline right now. Stick to my rules, stick to my trading plans, stick to my trading strategy. I come out green almost every single day. All right, that deserves a pin right there. Brian said, "Course helped me so much. Too many words. I'm just grateful I found bro. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I'm glad I found someone like you. Really taking trading seriously. Because some people, they jump from course to course and never stick with one, and they get nowhere because they just jump around and they don't actually put in effort into one thing. Well, I'm glad that I see you putting in work, Brian. Trust me, Brian, when I say this, but I've seen your course progress bar on the WOP, so I know you've been putting in the work, learning my strategy and system, and from your trades that you've shown me, your results clearly, reflects the amount of work you put in. So, really good job there, honestly. Like, there's people that have questions that ask me a lot of questions, in terms of the course, but then when I look at their progress bar, it's like they complete like 10% of the course. So I'm just like, a lot of times I just tell them, just watch the course. A literally will answer almost every single potential question you have. It's extremely rare for someone to have a question after they finish the entire course because it's so comprehensive. There's like 120 videos almost now. Once they add this new one, and I'm planning, honestly, at this point in the course, it's completely done, by the way, in terms of my trading strategy. I am just, what's it called? I'm just adding trade recaps into the course. So that's basically it in terms of the content in the course. It's just the last section, which is a trade recap section. Otherwise, there's nothing else I'm adding in the course. Everything else is just done. Learning, my strategy, everything's finished there. So get the course today, guys. July 4th, $200 off. All right, 10 people, $200 off. Yep, Time's right. Y'all have to stop wasting time, man. Again, there's a dude, I think he's not here anymore, unfortunate. But there's a dude, what was his name, bro? My Happy Life or something. I don't even think he's in a Discord, but he was like on here a few streams ago. He was like saying how he like kept losing. He blew 280 evals or whatever. Never got a payout. And I told him he was just wasting his time and money, but it's the gambling cycle and hole that traders are self-inflicting upon themselves. The bigger hole you deep, the further you're gonna dig that hole, right? Losing 2K is okay, but like it's people that lose 100K, 200K, they're gonna keep digging, right? They're likely not going to stop. It's the same thing with casinos. It's just greed, right? And I talk to this all the time. I'd rather you guys be fearful when you're trading than greedy, because greedy will harm you more than being fearful, right? When you're fearful, you're at least not putting on risk. But when you're greedy, you can put on a lot of risk and pay heavily for it. Don't ever be greedy, guys. Don't ever be greedy. Mike said, awesome. Trading needs to be boring at some point. Then you made it. Yep. That's when it's boring, man. Cause like literally in these trades like these, like for example, this gold long here, I just do something else. Like I'm not actually watching trades or candles here. I've seen this happen too many times where we get fake reactions and manipulation prior to me hitting TP, because I know the market here, what it's doing, if you're wondering, guys, is building up liquidity here to trap buyers and sellers on both sides. There's people probably buying FOMO here, getting stopped out at this low. The people selling here getting stopped out once we run this high. So that's why we consolidate. When we consolidate, that's a way that the market can generate new money into the market and have enough fuel to go in this intended direction. And we anticipate those. So you can mark this as a consolidation. And then this is still tradable here, by the way. If you use my stop under setup, this is a long to the upside, which is similar to what Brian took in the course, except he took a confirmation trade off the OB, which got 6 for a sword, and he targeted the highs up here, which is really good. So Brian had a really nice trade. Sebastian said that is true. The course is very complete. I appreciate the feedback, Sebastian. The thing is, like, you will get over the dopamine hit of trading pretty fast. I feel like at some point. I think it's been a long time, man. But from what I can recall, your first few months of being green, you're gonna it's probably gonna be the high of your life. And matter of fact, it's not even just that, but you'll probably be like, "There's no way I'm doing this right now." Like you won't even believe yourself. Like your first 3 months, green, 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 meaning ending consecutively green from being red the whole entire time, you will be shocked. Trust me. You will think it's surreal. You will think trading is an infinite money glitch, because that's how I felt when I first got those 3 months. I was like, dude, there's no way this is real right now. Like, even though I know I put in all the time and effort to get to that point, once you get to that point, it's just like surreal. It's a surreal feeling. Because you're like, I can really just make so much money just on my computer, just clicking buttons. Like, that's really what it is in terms of a physical standpoint. Obviously, trading is basically mental. It's not a physical game. So, but the point is, location freedom, time freedom, financial freedom. Those three things seals the deal for majority of people that get into trading, and also why majority of people get into trading. Some people don't care about the money in trading. You guys don't have to be millionaires, billionaires. I don't think you can become a billionaire from trading, unless you start your own hedge fund. But at that point, you won't be trading at that capital size. If you're a billionaire, you won't even be like trading retail strategies. That would be quant stuff. So, it wouldn't really apply to normal people. But you guys get the point, right? Some people don't care really about the money too much. They're satisfied. If you can make 6 figures trading, I'll take that over a job, right? Let's say you make the same amount of money from trading versus your job. Obviously, I'd say probably 90% of people would take trading over that job, even though it pays the same amount, because you have so much more free time. You can literally trade an hour a day and be done if you really want to. Me personally, I trade for like 3 hours a day per session, or if I trade, depending on how many sessions I trade, usually 1 or 2. That's just because I don't have obligations outside of this, but also it's just like there's a lot of opportunities in the market, and I kind of want to capitalize on the good opportunities and avoid the bad opportunities like these, right? So thanks for subscribing, Chabu. Again, if you guys want a back test, you can use my code. It's completely free. You can just use my code to get a discount off your FX Replay subscription. For those interested in just want a back test, FX Replay, my opinion, is the best back testing software. That's really what I used before I was profitable, really, to solidify my edge. So would recommend you guys do some sort of back testing. It doesn't have to be FX Replay. You can use like a journal, using my trade journal, and document each trade. There's all sorts of ways. I think the main benefit of FX Replay is automation. And the main thing I'd say really isn't even the stats they provide you, because you can just do that in Excel or spreadsheet by yourself. But more so the time interval that you can go back. So on FX Replay, from what I can recall, I think you go back to 2016. So almost 10 years, 9 years of data. It's a lot. You don't need to collect 9 years of data, guys. I personally would recommend 1 to 2 years is good enough. At least it's a good sample size. But on TradingView, even with premium on the 1 minute, I can't go back to like 2016. So that's the main benefit I'd say for FX Replay. Automation and that. Just more data. I just do a lot of stuff for fun. There's a lot of stuff I can do. But yeah, sometimes like if I'm in a trade, I'll have like a video game up or something on my other monitor. But since I'm running the train Discord, I kind of have to have the train Discord like up on my monitor to answer y'all's questions and such. If you guys are taking the same trade as me in the Discord, in the private chat. So for now, it's not much gaming while I'm in a trade. More so, I have my Discord monitoring or monitoring my Discord chat in the private group. But aside from that, back then, yeah, I'll just do whatever I want. Especially if it's a long trade like this and I see consolidation. There's me staring at the chart here is wasting my time. You guys should also not stare at the chart once you're in the trade. You're just wasting your time. Right? I probably could have got so many hours, hundreds of hours of my life back if I didn't do that beginning. Because yes, sure, you could say it's experience, but only to an extent. Once you know and done backtesting and know how the market moves, the market repeats patterns every single day. And that's what I'm taking advantage of. The patterns won't be the exact same in terms of how it delivers, but the pattern is the same. If that makes sense. Look like the same when I got a girl. I used to play poker and play video games, not anymore. Oh, you wait. I thought you played poker now. Or did you stop playing poker professionally? Makes sense though. Makes sense. You know, life comes and goes, man. People move on. All sorts of stuff happens in life. The unexpected. Like one thing that was unexpected, for example, would be me starting this YouTube channel. When I got into trading, I never thought of starting a YouTube channel. I was the one consuming content when I started trading. I wasn't the one creating content. I was just purely consuming content for a long time, practicing all that. And then for some reason, one day, I was like, you know what? I should start a YouTube channel to share my knowledge. So that's actually how I got here. It's very interesting. I'm not entirely sure the exact specific reason why I even started. It just kind of happened. It's very interesting. And now we have a nice group of traders. And a few traders that have gone to consistent profitability in the group. So I'm very happy with the progress that our community is making. Like I know Tyler in the group is full-time. Some people obviously, they're not going to tell me. I'm not going to ask. It's just things if you want to tell me, that's cool. But I know Tyler is full-time trading. And then we have another mentorship student I'm working with right now. And he's already done his back testing and all that. And so far he's undefeated this week. So it's good to see results from everyone. Some of you guys are putting in time, man. I just opened up my progress bar. One of you guys joined the course last week and finished the entire thing. Of 57 hours. Damn. Y'all are grinding, bro. I respect it. And I feel like a lot of people, they stop doing the course content because they see like the trades I send in the private trading group chat for people that get the course or the private one-on-one mentorship. And they just like understand my system just from seeing the trades I'm taking live in there. So I think that's probably another reason why some people might have stopped midway through the course, just because they kind of understand my actual system just from seeing me take the trades. But that's just my hypothesis or thesis on why some people are actually doing very good in their trading despite only like a little bit of progress in the course. So there's different ways to become profitable, But that's why I have the private trading chat for a reason, I still play poker, but not as profitable anymore. Too much rake, so I don't think I'll be playing the rest of my life. Too much rake? Oh, you mean risk? What's rake? That's why I'm looking at trading. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, based on what you told me, there's too much variance from poker, and too much stuff you can't control in poker. I think there's a lot more stuff you can control in trading, because the market is the market. You only have one opponent in trading, which is just the market. But in poker, you just have different opponents every time. So it's like a new situation, new environment. You have to adapt every single time. Not saying the market doesn't have new environments, but it's just like the market is, it moves in patterns that repeat itself, and you just have to be patient and wait for those to form. So yeah, I think there's just too much variance in poker based on what you told me. Just based on what you told me, it sounds like too much variance in poker. Also, statistically, the success rate of poker is half of that of trading. So yeah, definitely seems like you made the right decision, my guy. Rake is the commission for every game. Oh, so it's kind of like similar or equivalent to me paying commissions and fees on all my trades I take, right? That's what I think. That's what it sounds like. Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's see. Let's see what the channel projection is looking like right now. So far, our channel, and I say our because you guys are a part of the community that makes up the channel. But the channel, oh, it's loading. Where is it? Last 28 days. Oh, this is watch time. Whoops. So channel last 28 days, guys, we've gotten 112,000 views. We have 900 watch hours. So that's crazy. 900 hours. That's a lot. And we've gained not too many subs, but that's okay. You know, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Poker's a lot of fun, but not so much when making a living. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Poker does sound more fun. It sounds more fun than trading. I think a lot of people don't really find trading fun. Like even when you start out, I feel like a lot of people probably don't find it that fun. Maybe, but they probably don't find it that fun. I think someone sent a message. Oh, Daddy Bag said, "Is there a promo for the course or just FX replay currently?" Yeah, there's a promo for the course. It's July 4. So if you type in July 4 at checkout, you'll get $200 off the 100 course. It includes access to the private training chat as well, as a bonus. So yeah, that's for just the next 10 people that buy it with the, or it's limited to 10 people for the July 4th coupon, and it will expire in a few days, this week actually. So whichever happens first, the code will become invalid. Now that you mentioned it, I should probably put that in the stream elements here. So that's something I probably should have put there instead. And edit that real quick. Oh, wait. Hold on. I think I can just put it under. Oh, no. I can just put it on the other side. Hold on. Yeah, no. That's definitely a better idea. Let me refresh this joint. I'm gonna change the recent donation button, y'all, because I don't need donations. What is this? What the heck? No way. No. I can't change the recent donation text. It's part of the bar design. Oh. I think. No, wait, no, it's not. Never mind. We got it. We chilling. What should I name this? All right, you got it here, and then let me change the text here. And I'll put in the coupon code for those that want to see it here. It is Does that look good? Bro, what? You can't even see it. Huh? Oh. There we go. I have to change to that. Okay. Tough. So if someone sends a donation, it's going to get rid of the code. Bruh. Alright, all good. Alright, do you guys see it? We just updated the bar. Alright, nice. Yep, you see it. Use code July4 at checkout for $200 off. I find learning trading is fun, but yeah, I can see that mechanical strategy takes all the fun and gambling away. Let's call it calculated gambling. All right, I like to see trading as calculated gambling because technically, I guess gambling by definition is anything that's uncertain, and you could say the trading is uncertain, right? No 100% win rate, but there's the code for y'all to use. July 4th at checkout, $200 off. Promo code. Only a few spots left, so next people to get it in today will get the 200 off. We already doubled the course price since last month. It was much cheaper last month, but again, we're only increasing the price from here for the course. So it's either you get in now at a cheaper discounted rate, or you pay later for much more. What is this? Well, you want to keep your strategy mechanical, right? I don't believe in 100% discretionary experience trading. You need something mechanical, like as a building block for trading. I don't believe in 100% discretion. Because if someone trades something 100% discretionary, it's just like you can't even teach that to other people. So that's why I keep my strategy mechanical. But yeah, I just rinse and repeat every single day. There's so much more money to be made later today too, but like I said, don't get too greedy, man. Make your money, save your time, get off the chart. Boring strategy, that's the best strategy sometimes. I think you get a lot of probably dopamine hits when you first trade my strategy and you see how much money you can actually make from the winners, because the winners are like basically multiple times bigger than the losers, and it's a good win rate. But once you do this for thousands of trades taken live, it's just like, to me, it's just, if I lose one trade out of my entire career's P&L, it's like even a few trades, it means nothing. So to me, it doesn't matter. But I can see why in the beginning people would care a lot more about their P&L, but later on, once you've done enough, it doesn't matter too much. What will you be trading for the rest of the day? I'm done today. I'm not gonna stream 80 sessions today. I streamed 80 sessions yesterday. It's not like we ended red. We ended green, but basically break even. But like, I'm not gonna sit here for 4 hours in my chair. If you want to talk to me, you can get the course and then we can chat and talk about trading from there. But again, I already made a lot of money today trading New York session across ES and gold. So I'm chill. I'm gonna chill for the rest of the day today. What's up, Frozen? First time hearing your name, Frozen. Wyckoff. I don't know too much about Wyckoff. I know like a little bit about a Wyckoff. Like Actually, yeah, no, I don't know too much about Wyckoff. I forgot what they call it. I forgot what they call the specific phases, but no, I don't trade Wyckoff. I've seen stuff on it, but it looks too overcomplicated. I keep things very simple, highs and lows. So, yeah, no, I don't trade Wyckoff. Not saying it doesn't work, but something simple that makes you a lot of money, that's what I like. You know, stuff that's too simple sometimes doesn't work. So you need a balance of simplicity, difficulty, and profits. Now, to me, like something that's hard at first, once you learn enough, it becomes easy, right? So just something you want to keep in mind. Same thing with trading. I don't have any normal videos scheduled, guys. I'm out of videos for the YouTube for free. No more scheduled videos here, I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't have anything else here. I'll probably post the trade recap in a bit, and then that will be it. That will literally be it. Just found your stream. Hello, what's up, Cat Von Meow? What's up? It's a long name, Cat Von Meow. That'll be funny if that's your actual full name. But yeah, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Again, if you guys want to join the free Discord, there's a link. Stream Elements bot. Thank you for your support. But yeah, if you want to go over like what trades I took today, you can rewatch the stream. A brief overview. 2 winners, 2 losers, and 3 winners. So total 5 winning trades and 2 losing trades. One of the trades losses could have been avoided if I just waited for a PY hit mitigation. So you could have ended today, honestly, with just 1 loser and 5 winners. Trading my strategy I teach in the course. But I was okay taking the risk, and you know, I paid. Let's see. Kenny is in the live stream voice channel in the Discord server by himself. What's going on, Kenny? What is your basic strategy? To basically sum up my strategy, it's trading structure and entry models. So combining those two. If you want to simplify it, it's just that. Now, if you want like the 100% actual mechanical setup, how I actually enter the trades, how I manage the trades, where I TP specifically, I'm not going to talk about that here. You'd have to go through the course content to learn all that. And again, if you're new here, no rush, but there's a July 4th sale going on right now. $200 off the course today. If you want to use that, you can get the course. Otherwise, it's back to the original price of $699. So yeah. Or if you want to get the one-on-one, I opened up a few spots for the one-on-one recently. So we have three spots open for the one-on-one. If anyone is interested, it's just because recently I added a bonus to it. Later on, when I do potentially, if I do open the live floor, that you get access to that for free. Damn, bro. Yesterday's stream was 4.5, 5 hours of my life wasted on a break even. Tough. That is tough. Bro, YouTube's emojis are so goofy. What is this, man? I'm just looking at this right now. Like, bro, it looks so goofy. You got blue colored, pink, purple colored people. Wait, I wonder what the emoji looks like on stream. Hold on. I don't think it shows up on the cat orange whistling. What the heck? Yeah, it doesn't even show up on the stream. Stream chat. Oh my gosh, the webcam does look better with the blur on. Hold on. Oh yeah, it definitely does. The purple crown thing is a new YouTube feature. I don't think I can disable it if you don't like it. It just happens so by itself. But essentially, I think it's based on how often you chat or send chat messages. So it kind of just goes off that, your activity. Means you're a king. Yeah, I guess you're a king, Stampede. Guess you're a king. Nah. Nice try, though. Those are free courses for number one. I am doing a giveaway, though, in the Discord. At 1,000 Discord members. So we're kind of like 300 away. I'll be doing a giveaway. One of the giveaways is lifetime, or I don't think I said lifetime. I'll have to check what I said in an announcement. But basically, you get access to the indicators for free. And we're just going to spin a raffle, man. And details will come out later once we do reach that point, you know? But until then, feel free to just, stick around in the Discord. There's no harm in staying there. Not going to, hacky or anything. Free indicators for number one. Matter of fact, how about this, Stampede? Free indicators if you can get the most number of invites into the Discord server. I used to do that for one of my businesses back in the day, or help someone out. It was like a game where like it was for a Discord server where basically the person that gets the most invites, not including bots, into the server, they win the giveaway. So I might do that for this giveaway. We'll see. I'll try to make it something that's like merit based, so you can like kind of like work towards, instead of just like be fully random completely. Yeah, it's a good merit based system, so people can work for it, you know, and not just like completely random where it's just like, oh, most people I know speak Spanish though. I'm from Chile. Oh, okay, interesting. Yo hablo español. I don't want to say the wrong word on stream. I know a little bit. Yo hablo español un poco español. Sí. Yeah, that's it. I don't remember much Spanish. We had to learn that in school, but it's been years since then. Forgot everything. Muy bien. Gracias. Gracias, mi amigo. Mi amigo y yo vamos a la playa el basquetbol. ¿Y tú? Oh, está bien is or como estás is, everyone knows como estás. And está bien is I'm good. And then y tú is pretty popular. I don't know, just different languages. Oh, any of you guys training Aegis session? I assume some of you guys are still in here because you're probably waiting for Aegis session to open at 6. I'm not going to be training Aegis session today on stream, guys, okay? It's going to be a nightmare sitting in this chair again for 6 hours, so. And not something I want to do with my time. I'm just going to wait for a New York session tomorrow. We're going to kill it again with a group tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to head out here, guys. All right. If you guys are interested, again, join the free Discord, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like on the stream. And then ultimately, if you want to get the course and learn my strategy and how my students are printing every single day in the Discord, check out the 100 course. Don't forget to use the coupon code July 4th for $200 off. Again, it's a one-time use, only limited to the next 10 people. And yeah, that's basically it for the stream. All right, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.